Welcome back to the channel. So we are back aboard Calypso. We are continuing our spring commissioning work, and as you can see, we have installed the canvas on the bridge. The isinglass is filthy. We're going to have to clean it. We have a special cleaner to clean the isinglass. No small challenge, I have to say. Even though this isinglass and canvas is new, it's a little bit cool today. It's still low 60s, and so we're going to have to wait till it's a little bit warmer to stretch things. I don't want to damage it. We got most of it snapped up. There's a few places that still need to be adjusted, but in the meantime, this week we're going to take a look at another boat that we filmed at Cape Yachts, and we're going to take a look at the Antares 11. The Antares 11 is the largest in the Antares series, so stay tuned. So the Antares 11 is another Beneteau manufactured outboard powered cruiser. She's 36 feet long and she's powered by twin 300 horsepower Verados. Let's take a look and see how this boat is a good weekend and long-term cruiser. And remember, if you like this type of content, please make sure that you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe, and also hit the bell so that you're notified when we put out new videos. So we're here at Cape Yachts. We're checking out the Beneteau invite-only boat show that they're putting on, and we're here at the Antares 11. Now, for those of you who recall, last fall we did a video on the Antares 8. I'll put a link to it in the comments below. And we're also going to take a look at the Antares 9, but this is the larger brother to the Antares 8. And I have to tell you, this is a nice boat. She has a lot of value to her. And she is an outboard powered boat. She is powered by a pair of 300 horsepower Mercury Verados, which, as you can see, the way this is laid out is the aft bench here will slide forward. Then the Mercuries will tilt completely up out of the water, because in this position with the bench as it is, they will just tilt slightly forward. But in order to tip them up when you're done with them at the end of the day, you slide that bench forward, they will tilt completely out of the water, which is one of the real advantages of an outboard powered boat. The Antares 11 is 36 feet 7 inches long with an 11-foot 6-inch beam. She weighs 13,400 pounds unloaded, and she carries 212 gallons of fuel and 158 gallons of water. Equipped with the 300 horsepower Verados and popular options, the boat can be had for a little over $300,000. The on-deck arrangement of the Antares 11 is typical for the type. Her cockpit has L-shaped seating, the salon a dinette and galley up, and the entire deck house is offset to port, so it makes the starboard walkway to forward much wider than the port. So it allows you to access the bow and the lounge area there. Below decks, she has 2 enclosed staterooms. Additionally, she has a single head with a separate stall shower. This arrangement makes it quite comfortable for long weekends and extended cruising trips. So let's just take a quick look at the outside of this boat. If you can see here the outlines, this is actually a door that folds down and extends the cockpit out and gives you more surface area when you are at rest. Moving forward along the side of the boat, she has a gate in the middle of the gunnel. So what that allows you to do, and it aligns with the door here right by the helm. So if you're a single operator, you're at the helm, you pull in, come out to the door and step off right here, and right next to it is a cleat. So that is a real advantage if you're single-handing this boat. So let's go on board. I apologize for the wind noise. All right. So this boat, like the others we've taken a look at, has the teak flooring. And as you can see, she has a solid overhead that's well lit, but does provide sunshade for this expansive area here. And then here again is that panel that drops down. As you can see, it has teak flooring on it, so it folds down and then extends, and it looks like these holes here allow you to put with stanchions and a gateway in there to give you a little bit of safety. I'm not going to lower that right now, but we'll take a look at it in a moment. So there is a table here, and let's move into the cabin. So looking at the cabin, it has this really large 3-panel sliding door. So you can see, opens all the way. But here's a trick. This seat comes out, that lifts up and out, and then the door closes completely. But when it's in place, it makes the seat contiguous and allows this door system to open completely like that. And if you look, there is a grate here at the base of the door that catches any water that might come in outside. Very clever indeed. Now here's an interesting feature people may not recognize. This is a manual bilge pump. It's very common on sailboats, and Beneteau having a heritage in sailboats, you never see this. This handle goes in here, and you can pump in case you have a catastrophic failure of your bilge pumps. You can manually pump. That is a nice feature. So heading into the salon, to port, you have this nice table that folds, and then these rails slide in like that. So it's more of a cocktail size. Sitting here looking aft. Starboard is the galley, hidden under this black Lexan panel. You have a 2-burner, in this case LP stove, which is nice. Doesn't require power to do that. Sink. For those of you who like to stay out and weekend on the hook, it's nice to have features that aren't always using power, so you can cook with gas without running a generator, because batteries and inverter generally don't power a electric stove. So that is a nice feature to have. I'm sure it's optional and you can get the electric stove if you want. Microwave. And then refrigerator. I like the gray finish on this boat, a little bit different than the other GT boats we were looking at, which are wood. I'm guessing you have some options here on the styling of the boat. Silverware drawer. Let's go below. And then here's that door I spoke of, so if you're piloting, so here at the helm desk, step up, you have a large 24-inch Garmin, or 18-inch Garmin, throttles, Mercury joystick, all your switch gear, a side power bow thruster, and then this door, which allows you to step off and then step right through. So let's go below here. This boat is a 2-cabin boat. She has a small nook here for storage, and a kind of a really nice feature behind this panel here, you have full access to the back of the dash. So for electronics, installation, and repairs, that is a very nice feature to have. And then there's storage right here. And you could just put bags here. I mean, if you come on board, you know, it's all well and good to have room for people, but you can put your bags here and you don't fill up the cabins. So let's take a look at the forward berth here. So you can see there's a lot of space in this berth. Windows, port and starboard, again with opening port. That's a Beneteau trademark, to have the opening ports. And what's nice here is she has the 12-volt fans. So again, thinking back to being on the hook, you can run the 12-volt fans with the windows open and you can get excellent circulation and not need the AC. So this boat actually is set up nicely to not need a generator if you're on the hook. In fact, that would be a nice way to keep the price down on this boat. So now This boat has access to the head, making it en suite. And in this case, she has a manual head, as you can see there. But again, she has that standalone own separate shower with a door. Great feature. I mean, she is a larger boat, but is it a great feature to have? It just makes the boat that much more livable. Lots of room, lots of white finish. And then, of course, the head is accessible from the hallway, and you can sort of in a Jack and Jill style. And then there is the vessel sink, mirror with storage behind. I would imagine a electric head is an option. I actually would recommend getting electric heads in the boats. Some people think that the manual heads are simpler, but I have to tell you that generally speaking, if you're worried about clogging, electric heads seem to work fairly well. Not that the manuals clog up, but... And then here, we move aft to the second stateroom, which again has plenty of room to stand up and change. The door closed. And then there's a seat. And then what I would call a full berth here with probably 2.5 feet of room over the berth, and then probably 4 feet at the end here. And note the fan again here. So we're really talking about a boat that can be comfortable on the hook, because you can open these windows here, turn the fan on, which is 12 volts. There's another one there, and really just be quite comfortable without air conditioning. Of course, you can have AC, so when you're on a dock and there's less wind, you can run that, and of course the boat would be plugged in. So this boat really is set up as a nice, easy weekender. Back up in the salon here, just want to point out that she has 2 opening sunroofs. Both of them have sunshades, so even when you can still have it open, and these sunshades close, keeping some of the sun out or not. And I believe they also close completely, which is a great feature. So the Antares 11 is really, which is the queen of the Antares fleet, and is a great step-up boat. I mean, if you want to start with the smaller Antares and get your feet wet with your family, but as your family grows, the Antares line can grow with you. So I'd have to say this is a very nice boat. At the end, I will put the price point for all of these boats for what they list for, so you can get an idea of where you fit in their schema. So until next time, thanks so much. So like many of these Beneteau style coupe cruisers, she has an asymmetrical pilot house, which means on the starboard side, she has a much wider walk-through. It's very easy to walk forward along here, step up, and get to the bow, where she has cushions, her anchor windlass, large anchor. And you can see while you can still walk along the port side, it is narrower, and that gives you the extra space inside. Looking back at the boat, she has the large windscreen unobstructed with 2 pantograph wipers and a high rail to keep you safe. This boat's equipped with Garmin radar. And you have an easy walk through all the way back to the transom, including these extended transom pads, which allow you to walk not only to board the boat from astern, but access the motors. And if you look, one of the nice things about these Verados is you can access, it's kind of like the hood, you have oil fill and oil dipstick. Very easy to do your daily checks. There they go. And as I mentioned, these engines will tip up fully when that seat is moved forward. One nice feature of the Antares 11 is you can see she's set up with solar power. So while those aren't large panels, it's certainly enough to provide energy to run the LED lights, the stereo, and small electric, recharge phones and that sort of thing. And of course those electric fans we pointed out to in the cabin. So again, we're really looking at a boat that can run off the hook for quite a long period of time. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. Hope you enjoyed our walkthrough of the Antares 11. And next week we will have more. We'll bring more to you on the commissioning process. And see you then.